Hi guys, it's Gigi, and today I'm going to be doing a kind of question and answer video. Ever since last December 2013 when I made my announcement, you guys have had so many questions, but I just wanted to say, you guys have shown me so much support, more support than I have ever received ever in my life. You guys have really surprised me, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Not that I was not thinking that you guys would support me. I was like, it's just insane the amount of support that I've gotten. You guys blow me away at every step of the way, and I'm really thankful and happy. Now I've kind of compiled a lot of your questions from the comments of that video and from my Facebook. I actually split the questions up into 2 videos, so this is just going to be part 1. Some of the questions do get a little bit intense, and I'm just gonna warm up a little bit with these questions. You know, it is a new thing for a lot of people, so I wanna make sure that we really are in this together, and I'm not hiding anything from you guys. So I think without further ado, we'll just get started on the questions. So question number 1 is from Tristan Wilson, or Willison. How did you get the strength to take the first step to becoming who you wanted to be? My life has kind of always been about being happy for myself in that moment, kind of just letting everything else take the backseat to what I want in my life, and I think that that's how everyone should live, really. I mean, people think that it's stupid and it's unnatural to be gay or transgender. It is really easy for straight heterosexual people to say that because they don't have to deal with it, so it's like, oh, you're being outrageous or you're being obnoxious or you chose to be that. You're just living this life because everyone is born a different way, and we hear it all the time, but be yourself. I think it all really just goes down to me wanting to be happy and kind of in search of happiness. I read this really cute Instagram quote yesterday. It's kind of lame to say that, but it's true. I saw it on Instagram. Let me look it up actually. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. That really resonated with me because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of creating this new me. Bottom line, the answer to your question is I wasn't happy, and I reached a point of very unhappy, and I just decided that I wanted to be happy again. Question number 2 from Avery Moussembois. Are you going to change your name? Yes, I'm going to be changing my name. That is something that comes along with transitioning. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to change your name, obviously, but my former name is not really as feminine as I would like it to be. And as you guys know, I've been starting my videos with, hi guys, it's Gigi, but yes, I'm going to change my name. It's in the legal process right now. Christian Andrew asks, you said before that you didn't really have a specific pronoun that you liked being called, but that was before the official announcement. Has this changed? Yes, Christian, this has changed. With being transgender, you're obviously switching from male to female or female to male, so obviously there is going to be a pronoun change. Dawn asks, when will you be starting HRT? I've literally this past year, or not 2014, 2013, last year, I've learned so much. I really thought that this was gonna be something casual, but there are so many other steps necessary to do this safely. A bunch of people don't do it very safely. But HRT is basically when you start taking your estrogen and you start taking your testosterone blockers, and it's basically just the medical aspect. I have been on HRT for about 6 months. HRT was one of the reasons why I actually held off from telling you guys. I was sure it was just something that I needed to warm up to. I didn't really know all the information about it. I wasn't really sure, but now I'm more than educated. I have more than enough friends in the field. Yeah, at that time I kind of was just like, I want to keep this to myself. Couple close friends, family knowing, but nothing really crazy. I don't want to spread it online because I am just starting. Candace Endress asks, what's the hardest thing about coming out with a title over your head now besides gay? Love you, grr. Ha. Love you too, grr. I would say the hardest thing for me is kind of going back on my word. I know that a lot of you guys were saying that, you know, in my Instagram comments, he doesn't want to be known as a she. He said in one of his videos, literally 3 years ago, I said in one of my videos, because I just hadn't grown, I hadn't developed, I wasn't really educated at all in what was really going on in my head, what was out there, what was possible in the world. So I think that in that time, obviously I was being truthful. I've never really lied to you guys about anything going on with me. I just don't identify as that anymore. You guys have shown me so much support, more support than I ever would have known possible, so I really love you guys. You guys made the change so easy on me, but I would say that is the hardest part. I mean, I'm always going to be the kind of person that has a label over my head just because that's how my life started. I would actually, in a perfect world, rather it not be like that because I don't really like having titles. Why can't we just be 2 humans on this earth? Do you know what I mean? That's kind of in a perfect world, but I understand that people want labels and people want titles over your head, like a walking fluorescent neon sign when you walk in a room. Anthony Ramos asks, the only question I have is genuine curiosity. What is going through someone's mind who is transgender when they make the decision? First of all, Anthony, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a decision I made. I think that I have been trans my entire life. I really do. I guess it was easier to be gay. I mean, that sounds really, really weird to say, but I mean, I think that it really was. I really wasn't acknowledging it in the way that I should have when I was younger. And I truly don't have any regrets in regards to those years of my life, like my high school years and all that, because I feel like it really did mold me as the person that I am. I wouldn't change anything for the world. I really wouldn't. I think that I turned out great. To answer your question, it wasn't really a decision. It was a decision to tell you guys for sure. I mean, if you want to switch the question to that. I feel like, honestly, I've always known. I kind of just made it work for a little bit. It's like someone that comes out as gay and they had a marriage and they're 50 years old. They're kind of just like, yeah, I'm gay now. It's like you ask them and they're like, yeah, I was kind of always there. Like it didn't just develop. And I'm sure some do. Some kind of just develop that way. You know, they kind of see boys in a different light than they saw boys when they were married to a woman and had children and everything. And most of the time it's always kind of there. You just don't really get to experiment and get to talk about it. So it's just shunned to the back of your mind. It's kind of like a lot of things, you know, until you really speak about them, they don't exist. And they say that you only use like 10% of your brain. Imagine the other 90%, girl. Whew. Laura asks, what made you make the decision now? Why do you feel that this is the time to do so? I feel like this is the time to do so because I've been on hormones for a little bit. I'm ready to make the change. I'm just kind of starting this whole new chapter in my life, and it is a new year, 2014. The timing kind of worked out perfect with that. Now is the perfect time. Like, I can't even think of a more perfect time that I would have loved to make the announcement and let you guys in on my life, and let's take this year on by storm. 2014, I'm gonna make you my bitch, girl. Nick Smith asks, you mentioned in an earlier video that it was easy for you and your family when you came out as gay. Everyone was very accepting. Was your family still as supportive when you decided that you are not gay but transgender? As I don't have any other trans people in my family, just to keep it like completely transparent with you guys. But I feel like when you come out as transgender as an adult, as I am now, I'm 21 years old, it's a different conversation, and it was very easy for me. It's still a little bit dramatic, obviously, but it was not nearly as dramatic as me coming out as gay. And when I say dramatic, I don't mean like dramatic crying, all that stuff, not at all. None of that ever happened to me. I'm just saying dramatic in the sense where people are reaching out to me, people are saying we support you. Everyone is very supportive in my family. I come from an Italian background family, so there's tons of love, and it's really, really amazing. I'm truly, truly blessed. So yeah, that was part one of my transgender question and answer. If you guys have any more questions that I will include in part number 2, leave them down below in the comments for sure. I'm going to be looking over those. Anything that you would like to know, really, I'm going to be pretty much an open book with you guys. So yeah, I look forward to seeing your questions, and until I see you guys in my next question and answer video, stay gorgeous.